So the past couple of weeks in the CS2 scene have been interesting. They've been weird, they've been good, they've been bad. The trade reversal update obviously has not been very well received by much of the community. We had a little bit of the market crash that it did induce, and then Valve put out this new animations update that was really broken, but is hopefully getting us towards a better future that's going to feel updated, feel better, feel more clean, feel newer for CS2 and all that good stuff. But also, inside of these most recent updates, there was a lot of brand new stuff. There was a lot of data mine stuff that is giving us some insights, some clues, some hints into what is coming to CS2 in the future. And in this video today, I wanted to focus a little bit more on what's actually coming in the future for CS2, because some of these things, especially the Armory changes and the new kind of bidding system potentially coming to the Armory, could change things forever and could end up being really insane in either a good or a bad way. So we're going to be talking about that in this video today. But of course, first I just want to mention my cash trading business. As always, I'm still looking to get the big deals done. So if you're looking to sell any of your CS2 skins, turn them into cold hard cash, crypto, whatever payment method you guys are looking for, we can probably get something done. I like to buy anything and everything for the right price. Even though we now have this trade reversal period and all that weird stuff, I know people said trading, cash trading, whatever is going to be dead, but it's absolutely not dead. We are still going strong. So again, if you're looking to sell, hit me up on Twitter, first link in the description, or hit me up on Discord is fine as well. You can DM me over there. Yeah, and you're helping support me, my channel, my content as well, which I would appreciate a ton. With that being said, let's get right into this today. So first up, a couple of last things from these broken parts of the new update. One, I got an email like this, and I know a bunch of other people are as well, so I just kind of wanted to clear this part up. Hold on, my screen's off a little bit. The white bar at the top was annoying me. But Valve started sending out these emails to people saying, that you successfully traded items on Steam with Steam member whatever, the other party initiated the trade, your account received 2 items, your account lost 0 items, even when you are trading away stuff. Now, obviously, I'm somebody who sells my stuff on CS Float, so recently, I sold an item on CS Float, and then Valve sent me this notification that was like, oh, you received an item and you lost 0, when really I sent an item and received 0, and it was really confusing. I was worried. I was like, oh, did I accidentally do something wrong? Did I get API scammed? Am I, is this part of some scam or whatever's going on? And it's like, no, everyone is just receiving these. It's just incorrect emails by Valve. Now, I don't know if it has anything to do with the trade reversal, kind of messing up their email notifications or what, but Valve is trying to do this to be more secure and to give you a heads up and let you know, but it's actually broken and it's causing more confusion than it's even trying to help. So again, this is just another case and another instance of Valve trying to put out a new feature and it being broken. They're on a streak right now of every new thing they're trying to implement being botched, being bad, being broken, not working correctly. And I really hope they can get this figured out soon, because right now they're on a generational run of just piss poor updates. Seems like a lack of caring, seems like a lack of effort, seems like a lack of, cleanness by the Valve team, or at least the CS2 team recently. Also, we did get a rare comment from a Valve employee caring about BHopping. We might see movement back soon. Again, this most recent update did kind of break BHops in the game and made movement feel really bad and weird and different. So we do have a Valve employee checking in on Reddit saying, just so it's been said, there's no intent to break BHopping at this time or in the foreseeable future. Could you please provide a bit more detail about how it's broken? Can you not string jumps together? Do you lose too much velocity on the ground? Or are you getting too much velocity in the air? Do you see a message about too many inputs and commands being dropped if you open the console? Are you running at very high frame rates? If you set FPS max 300, does BHopping start behaving as expected? If in the console in a practice game you set SV subtick movement view angle 0, does BHopping start working as expected? Thanks. Now, again, I love that he cares, and I love that they, were vocal. People have always said Valve should be more communicative with the community about CS2, but also at the same time, I'm like, why did this guy just ask him a million questions about how BHopping feels or how it's broken, or can you do this? Is this in the settings? Why doesn't he get his ass in the game and do it himself? Why is he not testing things out? Why were these things not tested as soon as we started realizing BHopping was broken, which was literally minutes after the update came out? If he knows that there's X, Y, and Z things you can test to see how BHopping is broken or works or whatever, why don't you go do it? I don't know. Seems a little bit weird, but we at least do appreciate the communication. We always hope we can get more of that. That is definitely needed in this game and in this community. And then also Thor tweeted out this as well. He said, as expected, we'll see multiple updates this week to fix most of the issues that were caused by the new system implementation. Devs knew it, and they choose Monday to release the updates so they can work the whole week on it. Again, updates usually come out on Tuesday. This one came out on Monday. Maybe it's because they knew, things were going to take time to clean it up and polish the edges or whatever. I don't really know. I don't really care either. They still put out a bad update, but they are fixing it. They're making it better, and I hope, CS will be back to a better state before we know it, before too long. Now, getting into the crazy stuff, getting into the data mined parts, the leaks of these new updates. There's so much different stuff to talk about, but I want to start with what I think is the biggest, the most important, and the most interesting. This is from July 2nd of 2025. This is about a month ago. This is when we first started hearing about something new potentially coming to the Armory. New Counter-Strike 2 update mentioned some sort of bidding system related to in-game XP, something that you can buy using gained XP. Now, again, that didn't necessarily make sense, but I also did see comments from other people saying, in-game XP was also how Valve would like call the Armory system. Sometimes they use placeholder names and stuff like that. So there was no way it was going to have anything to do with in-game XP. I didn't really think that would make a ton of sense, but it did seem like some kind of new bidding system was coming to the Armory. Apparently they had done something like this previously for one of the operations or something like that, and maybe they were going to be trying out a system like this again in the Armory. But now we did get more new information about this July 28th update and new stuff coming to the data mine files. New update includes localization for a new bidding system in the Armory. You'll be able to bid stars to win limited time items. Each badge closes after a set time, and winning bids are settled afterward. If you miss out, bidding reopens in a few hours. You can place, confirm, or cancel your bids at any time. Now, I think that is very, very, very interesting, because what are the things we're going to be bidding on? And again, some people are like, oh, are they going to be brand new limited edition items? Are they going to be, re-released items? Is it going to be like a brand new collection where if you bid a certain amount of stars, you get a certain rarity tier of items? I honestly have no idea. But then it also, it says, oh, when the bid ends, oh, the next bid's going to start in a couple hours, which means they need like a large cycle of items or a big batch of a bunch of different items to constantly be allowing people to bid on. Now, obviously, this could be crazy in a bunch of different ways. One, this could be super cool. This could be super awesome. This could be super exciting. This could lead to, a ton of actual rare items and stuff like that, which is something that I've said we have been missing for quite some time. It seems like we have not really gotten any scarcity in terms of CS2 items in such a long time, the last few years. Nothing has really been discontinued. Nothing has really been scarce at all. Things have been oversupplied, oversaturated. And yeah, that's been bad for the CS2 investing scene, but it's also probably been bad for Valve as well. Scarcity creates demand. Demand creates, people hurrying up. People have a sense of urgency. People need to spend more money. It also incentivizes you to spend more money in the future to get some of these scarce and rare items that are then going to be more valuable in the future, rather than people not even wanting to invest in stuff or buy stuff or purchase stuff or collect stuff that they know is not going to be valuable in the future because it's too oversaturated. But this could also at the same time, obviously, potentially, hopefully, there's two things that I think. One, it could lead to people playing the game a lot more, because if you need to farm Armory stars, you need to play the game. So it could lead to people playing the game a ton more, which would be very, very exciting. Player base increases, game time increases, people are playing the game more, people maybe get addicted to the game more, people maybe open more cases, people maybe buy more skins. That helps everybody. That's awesome. But then also there's another worry and another concern about anything like this with Armory, or especially if it's due to volume or number of stars or anything like that, where you're going to be directly competing with other users. There is the really, really, worrisome angle of the farmers, the star farmers, the bot farms, stuff like that. It would really, really suck if Valve put out some cool, limited edition items that we get to bid on, but you end up getting outbid by somebody who's just a freaking robot in China that's farming stars 24/7, and they have 1 million stars on their account, and you're somebody who's trying to legitimately play the game, and now you can't get any cool stuff, and now these bot farmers are getting even richer. So if they are going to do something like this, they absolutely need to clamp down on the star farming illegitimacy and the bot farms and all that stuff, because this could be a cool system, but it could sour very, very, very quickly if this just ends up being a way to make bot farmers richer, and at the expense of the game quality, and also the quality of enjoyment and earning for the average player, which at the end of the day, that's who's gonna make or break the CS2 scene. So this is apparently how the new bidding system in the Armory will work. Again, you can click on it to bid on the offer, and then you have a little bit of a slider that says how many stars do you want to bid on. Again, this is apparently what they found in the files, and that they've been able to bring to life by using the systems and the things in place that are in the files. Again, we don't know exactly how it's going to work just yet. We don't know if it's going to be limited edition items. We don't know if it's going to be a new collection. We don't know if it's going to be brand new items. We don't know if it's going to be re-released items. Again, we really don't know much, but it does look like some kind of Armory star bidding system where you can bid more or less stars, and then eventually the winning bidders are going to get their items, and then if you lose, it's going to tell you to come back, whatever. I don't know. It's looking very interesting, but I do love that they made this little mock-up of what that's potentially going to look like as well. X Mercy said if they are adding bidding, they're probably adding some new rarity tier items, possibly even above covert, with some ultra rare patterns, something like that. Otherwise, this makes no sense. The Armory is just getting started. Now, I do agree that if they don't add some kind of stuff that's actually rare, something that's pretty crazy, then it does make no sense. But like I said, this would be actually super, super cool, because in modern CS2, we don't have a lot of ultra rare items anymore. There's no more Wild Lotus, there's no more Gungnir, there's no more Dragon Lord, no more anything like that. And part of that is because the player base is just so big. When you put out items, people are going to be able to get them in huge amounts. But obviously that has its downsides as well, because people don't want $20,000 skins, but also people do want $20,000 skins at the same time, because that's pretty cool. And like I said, that in some ways can make more money for Valve, and also it would incentivize people to buy more passes, farm more stars, play the game more. It would be a win-win-win at the end of the day, ultimately, I do think. Now, I don't think they should go overboard with making super expensive skins and super insane, super rare stuff that nobody can get their hands on, but I do think you need some of those. You need chase stuff, you need crazy rare stuff, you need stuff for the big players in the market, you need stuff for the medium players in the market, you need stuff for the small players in the market, you need something for everybody. And lately, I just think the rare stuff hasn't been there, and rare collectibles are cool at the end of the day. They're something that I definitely enjoy. Some of the functionality of this being brought to life, again, requires a purchase fever case to open. I don't know why it says that. Confirm your bid for a fever case. Again, we don't know what that's going to be like, but I don't know. This is potentially what the bidding system could look like. Again, it's a little bit of a slider that you can drag up and down how many stars you want to bid on. Manage your bid. You can change the bid after it's been placed eventually, I guess. And then bidding on this batch has closed. Winning bidders will be notified after the settlement completes. Please come back tomorrow to bid on the next batch. Bidding will reopen in 5 hours. Again, so it seems like there's going to be just like an auction going all the time, like every day a new auction. Again, is it going to be new items? Going to be the same items? We don't know, but it is pretty crazy. And that's something that would absolutely change, CS2 as we know it. Also in the files, we did see AR Monastery and then clan tags also being spotted in the game files. So maybe, new map, maybe clan tags coming back. I don't know, some craziness. More about the Armory bidding system. Bidding on software no longer available. Winning bidders will be notified after settlement completes. Bidding on this batch is closed. Again, same stuff we already saw put to text. And then people reacting to this on Reddit as well. Valve interns promoted to devs too soon. Who needs VAC when you can have more gambling, which I think is pretty funny. Can't wait for somebody to bid 1,000 stars on some shitty skin. We get eBay and CS2 before GTA 6. I have 2,000 stars already. I wonder if this will include new limited edition items or return to previous released items. Again, I don't think it'll be previous release items. I think that'd be pretty insane. I think that would break the economy in some very, very big ways. Imagine if they bring back old guns rip market. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think you're going to be able to like bidding on a Wild Lotus or bidding on a D-Lore or anything like that. System can honestly be pretty cool, but it would be completely destroyed by bots. I agree. We'll have to wait and see. But again, this new update was pretty weird, but there are some very, very cool things that we are now finding out behind the scene. And again, this new bidding system, I'm super excited for. I can't wait. It would definitely make me play the game more if I needed to farm stars to be able to bid on some crazy stuff. It would be super awesome content. I don't know. Maybe it gets old fast, but I think at least the first couple times it'd be really, really insane. But also it's going to depend on what items Valve throws in there, how the system works, and how they combat star farming at the end of the day as well. But I don't know. Interesting times. The future is bright for CS2. Even though Valve, has been maybe dropping the ball a little bit as of late, it seems like they have some big ideas coming very, very soon. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.